and welcome to the LMS Show. My name is Lenny Matthews, and we welcome you from Sisters. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Uh-oh. I can't be plugging on the ear. Look at this nice gift shop we got back here. And, you know, the public access channel. I'll be off the air for an hour. Okay, well, we have a very exciting guest today. Miss Shaw, how long you been doing what you've been doing?
First of all, thank you so much for having me.
Give Junior Show a big hand, everybody.
I met Brother Lenny years ago. We crossed paths, and I finally got an opportunity to be on his show, which I am grateful. But I have been working in the publishing industry over 30 years.
Give her a big hand. You know, that's a rough business.
Rough business. And I've gone through different evolutions, different stages. I started out selling children's books to the New York City Board of Ed.
Okay.
And black children's books to the New York City Board of Ed. And from there, I started working with another black-owned book distributor, Lucino Books, for many years. And I've evolved from publicist for books and for various authors to a publisher and author of my own books. And my company that I'm a partner with, Tony Coleman Brown, is the Collaborative Experience. And our books are delayed but not denied. Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3.
Okay. You know, I'll give her a big hand. Now, I may catch it, but I'm going to do it anyway. As the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would say, do for self, right?
Yes. And empower others in the process. Because within these 3 books, we have 47 co-authors. So I've taken my years of experience working in the publishing industry. Tony has also worked in the publishing industry. And in doing so, we have helped authors, first-time authors become published. And so that's kind of what it's really all about. Like each one, teach one. You take your knowledge that you have to empower others and help them along and encourage them.
You know, I'd like to ask you something. Well, people come up to the bookstore here. A good example is that, you know, I hate to say some of these people are unprepared. Because, you know, they say like for a book signing or something like that, they don't have it together. I mean, most important thing, you got to draw a crowd to get in, right? You know, you got to draw a crowd to get people to fill up the seats, right?
Yes.
And I sometimes, in some cases, I'm not ranking on anybody, but sometimes it's just 3 people. Sometimes it's me, Sister Jennifer, and Joan. I'm not trying to be funny, you know, like, but once you have, this is a business, right? Publishing, what, everybody? Business.
It's a business.
Publishing what, everybody?
Business.
Oh, okay. It's a business. Even show business. That's a business in itself, too. What they said again? Business.
Business. And
Okay.
it's also about the economic empowerment of others, because we help our co-authors get their stories in the book. We help them market the book. We help them market themselves.
That's important.
We help them spread their message and share their message. So it's each one, teach one. And that's the foundation of the Collaborative Experience. And that's the foundation of the Delayed But Not Denied series.
Because everybody get together, right?
Everybody get together.
It's not me one. This is all about me. No.
It's the power of a group. It's the power of the collective that you have to bring together. And with the team of people working for one common goal, you get to that goal a lot quicker than one individual.
Right, that's true. You know, as the late Napoleon Hill always said, a mastermind.
Mastermind.
That's what he always said that. He stressed that many times. Why our folks don't get that?
You know, it's a lot cheaper for 16 people to work on one book than for one person to work on one book.
Yeah.
You spread the expenses, but you also spread the profit.
Yes.
And that's what we're about.
Okay. You had one chapter in that delay too about your daughter.
Yeah, in book 3. Well, my daughter has written. Well, in book
No, I
1.
mean, the one I read and I was intrigued by is about your daughter, you know, inviting her daddy to the baby shower. What was the reaction on that?
Well, to give you a little background, my oldest daughter, I raised her as a single parent, and once she got grown, she developed her own relationship with her father. And she invited her father to come to her baby shower. She told me 2 months ahead of time because she knows she had to mentally prepare me for this experience. So by the time he got here, I would be acting right. And but I had to go with what her desire was. If as an adult she wanted her dad to be there, I had to respect that. So he came, he shook hands, kissed babies, met all her friends and everything. And I was a little sour afterwards. And she said to me, "Mommy, why are you upset? There are people that just that have been in my life since elementary school, since college, and that was the first time they met my dad. They've known you all my life." Right. So it helped me put things in perspective. And then it's important that single mothers release the anger that they have, against the situation. I don't even think it's so much against the father, but it's against the stress of the situation, the stress and the strain of the responsibility. And so you release that anger and then you move forward, because the worst thing you can do in the world is place that anger on your children who didn't ask to be here. And the interesting thing is, in book 3, this same daughter has written a story. My daughter Asia Williams.
We're going to when we do the next show, down the road, we're going to bring the life version on that story.
And I just want to give you a little snippet of what her story is about.
Yes.
And that is a snippet. Her story is her emotion behind being a child of an incarcerated father, and the emotion and the impact that it had on her life and also her daughter's life.
See, LMS, we thanks to sisters and everybody, we get the hot topics here. give us a thing on that. We being for real now.
That's how we grow.
That's how we grow. I would like to ask you about the young lady who you work with, Miss Coleman. Let's talk a little bit about Miss Coleman.
Well, Miss Tony Coleman Brown and I have been friends for over 15 years.
Wow.
And we've been in business together for about a good 8 years, selling different healthcare products. And we decided to start a business together. And the business together was publishing these book series, Delayed But Not Denied. So then this is what we've done thus far. We have plans to do other book series. But, I know that we as people of color have to really work on forming business partnerships. Because each person has strength and
right.
weaknesses.
Right.
Not even weaknesses, each person has a different strength. And you focus on your strength, I focus on my strength, and together we build a stronger business.
I was reading a book about Walt Disney. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody knows Walt Disney, Mickey Mouse, and all that. But if it wasn't for this other gentleman, you wouldn't see the Black Panther movie, because his brother Roy took care of the business part. Mm-hmm. Walt took care of the artistic part. But Roy had to go out there and start, he was kicking butt to get the job done. Wow. We're going to take a break for 1 minute and we're coming right back. Well, we were talking about Walt and Roy Disney. If it wasn't for Roy, Roy took care of the business part. And also, too, we go back to that old philosophy, do for self. Yeah. Because what he did, their pictures were distributed by different other companies, mm-hmm. and then sometimes they got paid, and sometimes they didn't get paid. So Roy took care of all that, but then later on they said, we're gonna do our own thing, and had their own distributing company. That's what I'm saying with the Black man. They ended up with their own distributing company. Mm-hmm.
And so Tony and we consider ourselves partners in good. So we formed a partnership, and with our partnership, we're able to work together to do good and to help each other and to help others, because that's kind of at the end of the day what it's all about. You know, emotional, economic empowerment, empowering our people any way that we can. One of our co-authors in this book, Crystal Vaughn Robinson, her husband died suddenly, and she wrote the story in book 2, and she called me up one day crying, and she was crying about should she include her married last name in the title, because her business name, she used her maiden name. And so I said, you should use your husband's name as a co-author in the book. That would be your tribute to your husband. And, you know, it's just to know that her writing stories in this book was part of her healing process. It's a blessing in itself.
We would like to thank you very much for coming on the LMS show, and we're looking forward to seeing you again.
Oh, it's an honor, a privilege,
oh, it was an honor.
Pleasure.
Coming up next. Whoa! I told a few minutes ago we won't mention the name because everybody gonna sit back probably hate on me, don't hate on the other. But here's an author I wouldn't mind go see at the Barclays. And you'll see her in 1 minute. And take it down. Thank you. The LMS Show, give yourselves a big hand. Now you can clap now, and then we'll have to lower it down because we got a dynamic young lady up here, the partner of this organization. You got to look at the lady 1, the lady 2, the lady 3. Whoa!
Yes.
Woo! Oh my goodness!
I love it.
What is your name?
Tony Coleman Brown.
Say that again.
Tony Coleman Brown.
Say it to my executive producer. He always say it one more time. You don't mind.
Tony Coleman Brown.
Give it up for Tony Coleman Brown, everybody. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Up.
Hallelujah to that.
Amen. We didn't pass around no collection, but we should come up. We pass around a collection plate. Oh boy. I got favorite reverends. I'll tell you off the air. Some of them are the ones that we all know around here. They ain't on my list. But anyway, they're not in. They're not in the honor group.
All right.
You're the partner. How you doing with us?
I love working with Miss Jody. It's amazing.
You know, I'm going to ask about business. This is very important. Y'all got to listen to this one. When you run a business, it's 24/7. There's no such thing, well, I got to watch the Mets or a basketball game or other things. You on call. Like in this particular case, I was on call. You know, you have to find the time. This is your business.
Yes.
This is your bread and butter, your life, your heart and your soul.
Yes.
And on that note, that book, which one you would feature that one I live, that I
This
already love?
is the one that you love, Brother Lenny. Delayed but not denied, book 1.
Book 1, okay.
Yes. With all the drama.
All that drama. Tell us a bit about, you know, I read that book, I read it over and over again. What's that drama you were abused, right?
Yes, I was. Abused in high school. And the story that I share in Delayed but Not Denied, book 1, is all about the guy I dated all through high school. I only had one boyfriend. And
No, wait, that's the only one you
I
had?
only had one boyfriend in high school.
Only one?
Which was good.
Well, but we got a young lady up here had one boyfriend too.
But this one guy, we started dating at the end of my freshman year, and the first couple of years were fine. But then once we got to year 3, he became very abusive.
In what way?
And he began to physically fight me. And then once I got closer to graduating from high school, it got worse. But I really only gave him 3 times to put his hands on me. Because you have to understand that, I was living in New Orleans.
Oh, you live in New Orleans? The Crescent City?
Yeah, Crescent City.
Oh, my goodness.
Let the good times roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. That's love me.
Yeah.
And I knew what love looked like, and love didn't hurt. So therefore, when he began to put his hands on me, I knew it was wrong, and I knew immediately that it had to stop. Because I also knew that my father carried guns.
Yeah, you mentioned that the whole family, the whole darn family carried guns, right?
That's right. Because we're in Louisiana, you know,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
sportsman's paradise.
Yeah.
And therefore, I knew that I could not tolerate that. So the third time we had an argument and he put his hands on me was during my high school graduation party.
That graduation, that high school graduation party, right? And he was driving the car and he was beating you up, right?
Yeah, we were fighting while he was driving me home because I told him we had to leave the establishment because I didn't want to fight in front of my friends. And on the way home, we were fighting in the car.
But it was over some guy that he think you was over some guy.
Yeah, one of my girlfriends, her boyfriend wanted to get his friend into the party, but we didn't have any more tickets.
Probably somebody else was trying to get me to the theater time.
We didn't have any more tickets, and he thought that the guy was trying to introduce me to somebody else. So he just went kind of bananas, and we had to leave. But when I got home this time, I didn't put myself together like I always.
Because then he drive you home, go to his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he fix you up, and dial you up.
He wanted to try.
He tried to
In the
dial you
past,
up.
that's what he had done. We would get myself together, then we would go home. But this particular time, I said, no, I'm going home just like this, blood on my shirt, clothes all unraveled, and I'm going to present to my family who you are. And that night, my brother said if he would have caught him, he would have killed him. Thank goodness my brother didn't catch him. But thank goodness I didn't stay with him. Because the women he ended up with,
This is interesting.
Yeah.
This is an interesting part. Is that the two wives that he had, well, folks, he killed both of them, right?
Yeah, wow. He murdered both of them.
And I don't understand this of course this is something again, but how did they let him go the first time for the first wife?
He lived in Louisiana. He murdered a black woman.
Oh.
They only gave him 10 years, and he was able to get out. And he remarried. From what I understand, he lied, and he told the woman that, oh, my friend murdered my wife, but I took the rap for him. And she believed him. He had gotten God, and she believed him.
The second, how did he kill the first wife?
The first wife, they had two children. Their second baby was only 6 weeks old, and he stabbed her repeatedly in the kitchen. He left her on the kitchen floor, covered her up with a blanket, and took the kids out the house and brought the kids to his mother, and then he fled.
The second killing.
You know, I think that he strangled this woman, but he left her in a bathtub full of water for her children to find her.
Oh.
It was horrible.
That is really, really horrible. And you said you came face to face with him one time well, I don't want to advertise the name on there, Mickey D's, right?
Yeah, it was funny. I was in between my first marriage and my second marriage, and I was going to, this fast food joint to get some food for my daughter, and I ran into him, and I was like I saw a ghost.
You saw a ghost, huh?
Yeah.
This is not from the other side neither, right?
And that day, and I just happened to be in Louisiana, but that day, he called my parents' house. I mean, we've had the same phone number for probably over 50 years.
Uh-oh.
And he called my parents' house, and he called me like 7 times. And he wanted me to meet up with him. But
brother.
that wasn't going to happen.
No. We go, you went to school, everything. What school did you start? You said that you went to.
I went to Howard University.
You went to Howard University.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
HU.
You graduated from there, right?
Yes.
Oh, what graduated with a degree?
Finance.
Finance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a bicycle in the house.
Well, we got a couple houses there.
Until Roger.
In the house.
Yeah, okay. Also, too, you had something to say about educate to elevate mission. And you used to work on the 63rd floor of the World Trade Center, right?
That's right, I did. I did. I worked there when they had the first bombing attempt. And when they had the second bombing attempt, I was not working there anymore, thank goodness. And when they had the first bombing attempt, I was actually at Howard University doing some recruitment for the management training program that I was a part of. And I felt like the fact that I wasn't in those buildings when they attempted to bomb them really led me to believe that I had a bigger mission in life, that there was something that God wanted me to do. So my life has been spared several times. I mean, starting with that particular time, because I knew that had I not gotten away from this guy, I definitely would have ended up dead. I definitely would have ended up dead. And, I do share personal information in the book regarding the fact that I did get pregnant. I was pregnant.
That part, we're going to leave it at that because, well, people got to read the book. Yeah. You got to read the book. What happened? What happened to you? What happened? Because you got intimate with this guy, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. And, and I had to make some hard choices.
And that's, and we want the right wings to sit back with the choice you made.
They might come after me, right?
Yeah, well, they are now. Okay. But, I'm going to tell you this behind your back before you face, sister, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Give her a big, give her a big. Because you went through a whole lot, and also too, you teaching ladies, and gentlemen too, especially the ladies. When Michelle mentioned a few minutes ago, about empowering the ladies, and look, folks, I don't care what big company as a team in New York bringing in, you got to depend on yourself. Is that true?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to do that. Mm-hmm. Your children, how old are your children?
My daughters are 20 and 14 now.
Wow. They grow up so fast, don't they?
They do. They do. And I'm so proud of my 14-year-old. I'm proud of both of them. The 14-year-old actually got accepted into Fashion Industries High School, and she just designed a couple of T-shirts, and we're about to launch those T-shirts very soon. And I'm very excited about that.
What I'm saying, I'm not slamming nobody. You got to teach them when they're young, because when you get older, well, you have your own ways. Sometimes maybe sometimes you may find them herbs and spices when you're 65 years old. But hey, teach them when they're young.
Yeah.
How about your 20-year-old?
My 20-year-old is in college, and she's also working part-time for Chase Manhattan Bank.
Oh, okay. We're going to advertise.
Sorry about that.
They've been good to me.
Over there.
Yeah, I'll tell you on stage. I'm so proud of you and what you're doing, and we welcome you. Come back anytime, okay?
Thank you.
I'm gonna read these books. You're gonna bring some other people up here too, right? Yes, you had a lady who's a minister who sit back and teach people about foreclosures, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, we gotta talk about that. That's a deep subject, because people getting houses foreclosed. People sit back and use their home equity loan to plan a wedding or buy a boat and all this kind of stuff, and then they fell for this gimmick back in 2008, and well, maybe they're out there in the street right now.
You never know, but yeah, she definitely does help people to stay in their homes. We're proud of all 47 of our co-authors.
But we're gonna bring you back, and we want to know more about it.
Yes, absolutely.
On on that note, thank you so much. And what's that name again, everybody? What's that name? What's that name?
Believe but not denied.
Yes.
And the name of this officer who's up here now.
Tony Coleman Brown.
Say it again, everybody.
Tony Coleman Brown.
Oh, that kind of weak. Say it again. One more time.
Coleman Brown.
Give it up for Tony Coleman Brown. And we'll see you on the LMS Show. Take it down.